All right, everyone. The time is now. We have 117 ancient shards. The double drop rates is active. The game makes it really easy now in order to tell. As you can see, we've got the 2x rates here. We've got this pop-up. And also, if you take a look, you'll see that the actual summoning portal has this really cool animation where it says boosted summons right below it as well. So let's get lucky here. I'm really hoping to get at least one legendary. I feel like my luck with ancient shards when it comes to legendaries is not the absolute best. With epics, it's all right. But specifically with legendaries, it could definitely use some work. So hopefully this summoning session will help catch that up. Now with that being said, let's do the multi-summons first. Here we go. Number 1 here. Alright, let's see if we can start off with a bang here for these holiday summons. How many epics are we going to get in the first multi? Oh, don't do it to me like this. Not like the last time we did this. Okay, oh, a Rhine Beast. Wow, that's awesome because I do not actually have a Rhine Beast. After all this time, there are certain epics that are really good that I haven't gotten yet, and Rhine Beast is definitely one of those. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a really good summon right off the bat. Alright, let's see. Attacks when enemy, places a continuous heal. Everybody knows how annoying Rhine Beast is for the arena, especially if you're a newer player and you don't really have a lot to kind of combat his insane healing buffs that he has. He's also defensive based as well, which is really awesome. Attacks one enemy 2 times, revives a random ally with full HP if this attack kills the enemy, and then of course it's his passive that's super annoying because it puts up a bunch of shield buffs. So there we go, not a bad first multi. Alright, let's jump into number 2 now. Come on, legendary. We really need to catch up on that legendary luck. Are we sure the double rates is active? This feels like normal summons so far. Wow, so that's 20 summons and we've only gotten 1 epic so far? I do not know how to feel about this. What are the odds again? It's something like 16%. So we should have gotten something like 3 to 4 of them by now, and I've only gotten 1. So, alright, we're definitely going to need to catch up on our luck here a little bit. Alright, time for the third multi-summon. Still got a lot of ancient shards though, so I'm not that worried yet. Now if I get below 50 or so and I have this kind of luck, then I'm definitely going to be worried. Bloodfeather, okay. I'm pretty sure I have Bloodfeather. Maeve, I know I have her. Oh, a triple. At least I have a triple. Oh, a quadruple. Wow. Whoa, 5? Jeez, 5 epics in 1 pull. That's actually pretty crazy. Okay, so I think it's pretty safe to say that I've caught up on the epic luck anyway. We went from 1 epic in 2 pulls all the way up to 6 epics in 3 pulls now. So that's actually slightly above average. Which of these do I not have? I'm pretty sure I have Bloodfeather. I'm pretty sure I have Maeve. I think you needed her for summons. Alika, I know I have her. Basilisk, I don't actually know if I have Basilisk. Is he any good? Attacks all enemies, places a 25% buff on this champion if it's critical. Doesn't seem too great. What about this ability? Attacks on enemy, places stun debuff for 1 turn. That's interesting. Revives this champion to 30% HP when killed and places a block damage buff for 1 turn. 8-turn cooldown can be lowered down to 6 turns. Not really too sure about that. Lich, I'm pretty sure I do have Lich. I know that because I talked about him in a video recently. Alika, of course, I got the other one. Sakara I ended up getting in that bonus summons. Revives his champion with 75% HP when killed when Sakara is on the team. Let's see, has a 30% chance of placing an extra hit, always critical. Okay, that's interesting. Attacks on enemy, ignores defense if their max HP is higher than this champion's max HP. And attacks on enemies has a 35% chance of increasing cooldowns of enemy skills. Okay, alright, well, we got a bunch of epics in that pull, so that's pretty cool. Let's keep it going, though. Still looking for that legendary RNG to catch up. Delver, I know I have her, at least 1. Or I've gotten at least 1 of her in summons in the past. I don't even know if she's any good. Heal reduction debuff. Attacks on enemy, places a weakened debuff for 3 turns if they have a heal reduction debuff. Okay. Attacks on enemy, places an increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns before attacking. If the target has weakened, places a decreased debuff on the target. That's an interesting skill right there. And attack and faction crypts. Okay. Alright, what about the rares? Anything really noteworthy? I don't even really pay that much attention to the rares. Now, I know that's a very whale-like thing to say, but I think there's really only maybe 1 or 2 rares that I'm missing in the entire game. At least non-void rares. All right, how many do we have left? We have 77 left. I'm going to do the singles at the end of this one here. All right, legendary RNG. Man, if I do not get a legendary from these pulls, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. I guess you could say I'm going to be a little bit salty. Zargala, I don't think I actually have Zargala. If I do, then it's been a while since I got one. Attacks an enemy has a chance of placing a weakened debuff. That's pretty cool. Attacks one enemy, instantly activates the crack armor skill if it's killed by the attack. Crack armor, of course, attacks all enemies 3 times. After the first hit, has a 50% chance of placing a decreased debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. That's a very interesting skill right there. Pretty cool. And ally accuracy in all battles by 40. All right, let's keep it going. Really kind of sweating for a legendary, especially for my really big summoning video from a while ago where I did 200. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say I'm being honest when I need that legendary RNG to catch up a bit, or I'm definitely going to be salty. Mausoleum Mage, okay. I think you needed him for some fusions. I want to say, I don't know if I actually have him because I know I've gotten him before, but I might have used him for those fusions. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff, okay. Places a block debuff buff on all allies, also places a 30% increased crit rate buff and an increased defense buff on all allies. I like this skill even though it's increased crit rate. The increased defense buff is nice. Increased crit rate, not as big of a fan because they're probably going to have a really high crit anyway, so you don't get as much usefulness from it. What is this? Removes all debuffs from all allies, then heals all allies by 10% of this champion's HP. Heals each ally by a further 10% if 1 or more debuffs are removed from that ally. Fills each ally's turn meter by 50% if 2 or more debuffs are removed from the ally. That's a lot going on right there. All right, let's keep it going. I think I can do at least 1 or 2 more before I need to put some stuff in the vault. And I know think I have exactly just enough champion storage space to do the summon, right down to the very exact champion. Husk, all right. I know I have him, though, but that's a very good epic. Atour, I know I have him. I don't remember if Atour is any good. Infernal Baroness is actually pretty good. Wow, this was a good pull right here. 4 epics from this one. All right, so our epic RNG is decent. Infernal Baroness is really nice. Attacks all enemies, heals the ally with the lowest HP. Another attacks all enemies with a decreased attack debuff, and a veil. So very similar to, forgot the name of this epic off the Nizana, I think is what it was. Very similar to Nizana, as in an AoE epic right there. Eothar steals a buff, attacks 4 times at random. Poison, okay, that's pretty good. Attacks one enemy, places black cooldowns, and increased ally attack in all battles. All right, let's keep it going. I know I can get something really nice here if I just believe in myself. I think that's how it works, right? Soul Drinker, I know I have him. That was actually one of the first epics that I got from some of my very first pulls a long time ago. And Hope. Okay, let's actually see what do we have here. 89, all right, so I can do 1 more, and then I'm going to have 27, well, I guess 7 single summons left. Come on, legendary. Man, I'm really hoping for a legendary by the end of this. My legendary RNG has definitely not been the best. Corpse Collector, Rockbreaker. I actually might not have Rockbreaker. I think Corpse Collector, again, you needed for a fusion, so Leech debuff, heal reduction and decreased accuracy, poison, and veil. Interesting set of skills right there. Rockbreaker. Champion's defense, increases the champion's defense by 4% each time the skill is used, up to 20%. Okay, that's interesting. Provoke debuff and counterattack on this champion for 2 turns. Has a 25% chance of decreasing damage inflicted on this champion by 50% each time this champion is attacked. All right, another interesting set of skills right there. So let's put away some of these non-epics because I want to actually end up counting the epics that I get. So I have plenty of room here. Let's just put away some of these rare champions, which I'll figure out later. Max out the skills of a lot of them, of course, but I might actually just end up using a decent amount of them as food if I already have some of their skills mixed out or maxed out. I know that sounds like whaling again. Trust me, guys. Not that big of a whale compared to some of the other raid YouTubers. Not even close. There's no competition in that sense. All right, here we go. So I have exactly just enough room to finish off these summons. 27 Ancient Shards left, 27 spots left in my inventory. Here we go. The second to last multi before we've only got singles. Maybe my luck is going to all be in those single summons, though. All right, what do we have? Seeker. Okay, that's a good epic. Very, very good epic if I didn't already have Seeker. But that would be a very good pull if you didn't have him. Honestly, in my opinion, probably going to be one of the best epics. He has an absolutely phenomenal skill 3, or skill 2, I guess it is, because this is his passive. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%, places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns, grants an extra turn. 5-turn cooldown, but when you actually lower this down with skill books, it's a 3-turn cooldown, and considering it grants an extra turn, it's essentially like a 2-turn cooldown, and considering it gives that extra attack for 2 turns, it's a pretty darn solid skill. So Seeker is definitely, again, in my opinion, one of the best epics out there. All right, here we go. The last multi-summon, and then we only have singles left, and we still have not gotten a legendary. Rearguard Sergeant, Tyrell. Okay, that's a good pull right there. Crimson Helm. Okay. One more epic. Oh, there we go. Just ask for it. Another Zargalo. Wow, I got a Zargalo dupe in this pull here. Okay. So Tyrell, that's a good pull. I think I have him, though, but again, one of the better epics in the game. Very solid defense-based champion. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Has a chance, 40% chance, I guess 50% with skill books, of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff. Damage is proportional to defense. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff if they're under the decreased attack debuff. It also places a sleep debuff. And attacks one enemy, depletes the target's turn meter. If the attack fully depletes the turn meter, it places a stun debuff. So you have that decreased attack as well as decreased defense in this defensive champion skill kit. Very, very strong. Definitely one of the more solid epics out there. Absolutely going to be a champion worth taking to level 60, especially if you're missing out on those debuffs right there. So that's a good one. All right, as you can see, the multi-summon button is grayed out, which means we are down to the last 7 single summons here. Let's see how they go. Oh, we got an epic, though. Another Husk. Interesting. We're getting some dupes here. I feel like I've definitely done decent when it comes to the epics. I cannot complain. I know most of them are dupes. I might have gotten a few new ones, but not a bad set of epic pulls. Like, if you were newer to the game and you ended up getting all these epics from this set of 100 Ancient Shards, it would be pretty darn good. I'd be very happy with that. All right, we're down to the wire here. The last 5 pulls. Oh, no legendary so far. Still 4 more chances. It's not over. It's okay, though. You know, certain YouTubers... Oh, there's a gay. Like, certain YouTubers just steal all the legendary luck away from other YouTubers. It all evens out, unfortunately. I have to be on the not-so-great side of that scale, though. How crazy would it be if I just got a legendary in these last couple of shards, though? It could happen. Definitely could happen. But this is it right here, guys. The last pull. Let's see what we get. Come on. 117 shards. Wow, no legendary, guys. That's a bit unfortunate, but that's how it goes. You know, overall, I think I got a pretty solid set of epics. Let's count them up here. So each row is going to be 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2. So 7 times 3 is 21, plus 2 is 23 epics and 117 Ancient Shards. I think that's pretty good. That's actually probably about average, maybe a little bit above average, but because we didn't get a legendary, we obviously needed a few more extra epics to balance out the scales. Obviously, a little disappointed that I didn't get a legendary, but again, like I just said, if I were a newer player, if this was a set of 117 Ancient Shards that I did, and this was the set of epic champions that I got, I would be very happy, especially with champions like Tyrell and Seeker, and there's some other pretty good ones in here, Rhine Beast. This would definitely not be a bad set of epics. But no legendary, little bit disappointing, of course, especially considering the legendary RNG that I've had. And I know I said this probably wouldn't be the only summoning session with this double rates event. It is the holidays. We're at the end of 2019. So, of course, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you guys watching the videos. I really wish that you guys, those of you who are doing summons anyway, have fantastic luck. And I hope that you guys pull all the legendaries, but I would say there is a very good chance that I'm going to do at least one more summoning session, especially considering that I did not end up getting a legendary. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We still have almost 3 days on this double rates event, so I'll have to see what I can do. Maybe I'll take some of that sponsorship money from the video from a few days ago and use it to extend my budget, buy a few extra shards, and do a few extra summons compared to what I would normally do. I know I have a lot of gems too. I could always pull into the gem reserve. That's something a lot of people pointed out. We'll figure it out, but I would say it's very unlikely that this will be the only summoning session before this double rates event is over. So definitely keep an eye out for that on the channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this in the future, of course, consider subscribing. Really appreciate all the support, everyone. Thank you once again. And more raid videos should be popping up right now. Have a happy holiday, everyone. Take care, and until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.